understanding of just how nasty they are. To me, that's like taking pictures of people in their underwear, okay? But they call it enchanting boudoir. I've got a word for that. Nay, that's illegal. They're nasty, nasty people.
Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. Welcome back, J Crew. It was nice seeing all of you in the Patreon today. If you're not a Patreon member, you can join by going to this link here. This video contains sensitive subject matter, and this video is made for awareness purposes only. I have a story to bring you guys. We have been seeing busts left and right. I know we haven't gone over the latest Grady Judd busts on these pedos. So let's do a quick run through of the bust about a week and a half ago that happened in Polk County, Florida.
Full understanding of just how nasty they are. They're nasty, nasty people.
And the characters that we're about to hear about are very nasty. So I am issuing a trigger warning before the description of what these horrible men have been accused of doing to young children as young as infant. So this is descriptive, but it's also real. So I'm giving you a warning beforehand. It is sensitive and it is brutal.
First, let me introduce you to David Sparks. He's 66 years of age. He's retired. He was in customer service and he's married. He's charged with 350 counts of child porn that we found on a CD. We found that these children that were being sexually battered were between 3 months old and 12 years old on the porn that he had. His wife of 10 years is a retired child protective services worker out of Missouri. She had no knowledge of his evil deeds and was absolutely mortified because she spent years and years and years protecting children only to have his secret life. Because you see, if there weren't people to watch child porn, there wouldn't be anybody making child porn. Then there's Stefan Young. He's 58. Stefan has a business, a photography business called Enchanting Boudoir. Now I'm from Polk County. To me, that's like taking pictures of people in their underwear, okay? But they call it Enchanting Boudoir. So we started an undercover operation against this guy because we had a concerned citizen who saw his advertisements on Craigslist that he would take photographs of people in their underwear. And he found out that they would do this also for children. So he called on us, and we appreciate this man in the community being curious, making a phone call, saying, ooh, there's something here, and notifying us, so we went undercover. He claimed that he had taken photographs of children as young as 13, not only in their lace and silk underwear, but sometimes totally nude. But he bragged that he did this with the parents' authorization. Now, we don't know who these children are yet. We don't know who these parents are yet. But I want to tell you parents something. If you're having your children's nude photographs taken by Stefan Young or anybody else in provocative, sexual, lacy underwear, we're going to put you in jail too. That is not all right. Ever. He said he would do dressed and undressed pictures with the undercovers children. And he said, but listen, if Grady Judd finds out, we're in trouble. Because see, he'll take art and make it pornography. Well, Stefan, it's pornography, it's not art, and your ugly mug is in the county jail. That's right. He knew he was going to be in trouble when we figured it out, because Grady Judd takes art and makes it pornography. It's not art when you're taking nude pictures of children. It's not art when you're in possession of child porn, physical sexual contact with two girls as young as 9 and 11 years of age. We don't know where they are. We need those victims. We're looking for them. And then he told the undercover another Grady Juddism. Don't talk to Grady Judd. If you do, I'll go to jail. He was right. He's in jail. He knew what he was doing was wrong, or he wouldn't have been concerned that Grady Judd knew. Listen, he's still under investigation. There are people in this community that know of his evilness, that know that, according to his statements, not ours, that he sexually battered children, that he took photographs, nude photographs of little children. We want to find those victims. Help us out. This is a bad man, and we want him to go to prison for a long time. And then there's Paul Val. He's 40, from Davenport. He's married. He works at Disney World at Cosmic Ray's restaurant. In fact, he just recently moved to Polk County from Indiana, and he moved here specifically to work at Disney World. Well, you know, back in the day, they arrested Willie Sutton for robbing banks. He was a notorious bank robber. And they asked Willie Sutton, "Hey, Willie, why do you rob banks?" And he said, "Well, that's where the money is." "Well, why do people like Paul Vale work at Disney?" "Because that's where the children are. And they want to be around children." He had 540 counts of child pornography, from newborns to 8 years of age. He also had videos. And he was a sadomasochist. There was photographs where they had tied up babies in preparation for sexual battery. There was one where a child was just weeks old, where they had the child's hands tied behind her back. Can you believe that? A very young child with her hands tied behind her back. There's videos of a 3 to 6 month old being sexually battered by an adult male. His wife asked, she's only been married to him for a year, "Did I marry a monster?" "Yes, you did. You married a monster." By the way, when we kicked the door in, he came to the door nude. Jay Holmuth, 52, of Lakeland. He's married. We investigated this guy a while back and could not establish enough probable cause to arrest him. So he got a really, really lucky break that we couldn't get there on that last child porn investigation. But he had a shot over the bow. He had a warning. But he went back and he did it again. And we got him this time. You know what this rascal did? What his job was? He worked at the warehouse at Publix making potato salad. Now, I don't know what kind of potato salad it was, but you're safe to eat it now because he's in the jail, and we're not letting that rascal make potato salad in the jail. But that potato salad maker would also watch child porn when he could. He's been married 26 years. He carried micro SD cards in his wallet, maybe so he could drop one in a device and watch, when he was away from home. If you've ever ordered potato salad and you had a micro SD card in it, return it to us because it's illegal, what he has on it. Shane Osborne, 33, Polk City. He works at Best Buy Warehouse in Polk City as well. He had 200 images of children between the ages of 1 and 13 years of age. He confessed. He said, "But it's all a mistake. It's a mistake. I want y'all to know that." Because what I was looking for is bestiality photographs of people having sex with like dogs and horses. I've got a word for that. Nay. That's illegal. But that's his excuse. Hey, I didn't mean to download this child porn. 201 counts. And you didn't mean to. It was an accident. You were looking for adults having sex with dogs and horses, man, you're a messed up individual. Then there's Reed Donaldson, he's 24. He also works at Best Buy, but he works in sales at Posner. He would go by the alias online as Aaron. He had 11 counts of child porn, children between 3 and 9 years of age. We arrested him at work. I don't know if we had to say, excuse me, customer, but he can't sell you a television right now because he's going to jail. But if you'll buy that television from Best Buy and turn it on, you can see his picture on it in a few days. They're all in jail. He's in jail. But William is married too. William Cuvis, 49, from Auburndale. He works for Coca-Cola in Auburndale. He had 67 counts of child porn, but to children between 6 and 10 years of age. I'm sorry, children between 4 and 12 years of age. He had 2 children at home. I underscore, there were no photographs of his children in the child porn, and his wife was horrified. Mama, you got time now. He's in jail. You don't want him around your children. Not with that kind of nastiness. Ryan Thomas is 39, from Haines City. He's unemployed. He lives with mom and dad. Well, isn't that sweet? Oh, by the way, he liked to play computer games. We saw his gaming computer, and you can talk to children on these gaming computers as well as play games with them and groom them, all while he's living at home with mom and dad. These are all filthy individuals. We're going to do our very best to send them to prison for a very long time. All of their devices have not been completely forensically examined, so there will be additional charges filed against these folks. We know that we need on our boudoir guy, or underwear guy as we say in Polk County, we need people to cooperate with us because we know there are victims out there that we're unaware of. We always strive to identify the victims in the photographs, and that investigation will go on as we work with NCMEC as well. As I close out today, here's a warning to those in the community. We're coming after you. If you're a child predator, if you're involved in child pornography, you are at the top of our list of people to investigate and arrest. You're not going to victimize the children. You're just not going to victimize our children. Any questions?
Now, the next story begins in November of 2022. And this guy was arrested in Alabama. He's going to be sentenced in August, but he just pled guilty. So I'm going to show
A man pleaded guilty today in federal court for running a website used to distribute images of child sex abuse. Yesterday, 57-year-old William Spearman pleaded guilty to engaging in a child exploitation enterprise. This is video of when his house was raided by federal agents back in November. Spearman ran that site, which included a section that showed videos of sexual abuse of infants and toddlers, torture, and how to avoid detection from police. Spears is said to be sentenced in August. The maximum sentence for Spearman is life in prison.
And he may have tried to hide his face, guys, but there he is. There he is. This is William Michael Spearman. And it says, according to a release from the U.S. Department of Justice, 57-year-old William Michael Spearman was the administrator of the website, which had operated for years.
They're nasty, nasty people.
Please feel free to share or use this video for awareness purposes. We need to get the word out. These victims need to be helped. If you know anybody who needs some help, reach out to the Polk County Sheriff's Department. Thanks for listening, guys, and stay safe out there.